6. Command Toga, SRS runway, auto thrust is blue. 80 knots, thrust set. 5500. 31. Rotate.
Mike is muted. Mike is muted. Goodness me. This is what happens when I don't take... oh my gosh, I don't take my time. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Coming at you live from the rooftop of Fenix Sky Harbor. I wound the time back. It is 5:45 a.m. because I want to depart similar to the time I was going to be departing on my trip tomorrow, even though I don't have that trip anymore. I dropped it because I got cold feet. So we're going to have a nice morning departure here. Or morning flight over to San Jose, California. The reason that we are doing this flight today really is because today is schedule mayhem day for my real world scheduling tomorrow, or excuse me, next month. And so I have to be at the office for the fast internet because a lot of it's it's all first come, first serve today. So that is why we are here. Come along with me as we operate a 321 in the Heritage America West livery. Absolutely love this livery. Out to one of my favorite little airports, San Jose. Now, This is an old viewing spot of Tango Kilo. Yes, indeed it is. Now, I have a special viewing spot that's near and dear to my heart over here that will get there later when the appropriate aircraft is released and we can set it up properly. I will set up that little story. But, yep, we're on the roof of Sky Harbor right now. It's 5:50 in the morning, 5:51 sim time. And real weather, though, 5:51 sim time. About an hour and 40-minute flight over to San Jose, California. And it should be a good one. We are back in the sim of choice, Microsoft 2024. Did AmSim finally update? I don't know, Curse Guy. This is, I think it might be AmSim BMG World. It's rebranded as Glide Slope something, I think, or I don't know. I had a scenery called Glide Slope something. So I installed it. It said it was for 2024, and it seems to be working just fine here with the latest sim update 1. So yeah, you could see here, really nicely done airport actually. Look at the lights, man. Here's 2024 lighting for you. The city is about to come awake. We've got bridges. We've got the tower. Looks like we've got American over there. We got a bare metal 737 over there. Very cool. Pretty good detail in the parking garage. The old terminal area is down here. Man, this brings me back. Brings me back right here. This old can you go in here? Oh no, here's the ramp area. Oh, there you go. Very cool. So here's the little not sky bridge, but moving walkways. Oh yeah, they're actually modeled. Cool. Here's the moving walkways right here as you go along the concourse. Carpet 10 for 10, 100% realistic. I can pretty much smell this as a kid. Now there used to be a Starbucks on one of these terminals here. Speaking of Starbucks though, so I need to order this coffee here real quick, guys. Give me 1 second. So I picked up a coffee from Starbucks because I thought that my little favorite coffee shop was closed today on Good Friday. It is not. So I'm going to order because the Starbucks coffee is just a negative. It's just a negative, Ghost Rider. I can't do it. So I'm going to place a quick little order here, and then we'll be on our way. Let me throw this in. Should only take less than 4 minutes to walk over there and pick it up. So once we get everything fired up, I'll run over there and pick it up while you guys take control. You will have to take control numerous times during this flight. I have my alerts on, so if you hear any ding ding dings like that, make sure you let me know, because that means a new schedule situation is dropped and I need to add it to my schedule for next month. So we'll skip the shout outs. We'll go ahead and dive right in to this beautiful A321. I think I'm trying to figure out the default drone controls. I think R is reset. Yeah, R for reset in 2024. The one thing I say one thing, there are multiple things, but I guess I don't understand the logic of Microsoft for changing all of the drone controls in 24. I was getting really good with the default drone controls in 2020. Now I got to relearn them all, and they don't make sense to me. It's just kind of meh. But I guess I could take the time and just rebind all of my controls to be like 2020. But anyway, Turk, don't even say it, man. This is a payware scenery just for you, Turk, just for you. And can't wait till the sun comes up. We'll do real-time boarding. We'll do everything real-time on this as well. So we'll go ahead and get the battery 1 and 2. A veil light's going to come on. We need to get the dome light on in here. We need to power up the aircraft. Let's get the sim sounds up. We're simulating my flight that I am not doing tomorrow, so we're going to do the best we can. Remember, we come into the cockpit here. We check all of our panels. That looks good. Can't open that. Make sure that's good. Make sure we get the crash X. Make sure you have the gear pins under there. Make sure Fly Navy's shirt, you didn't leave it behind. Come in here. You open up this panel. Make sure you have some extra stickers and paper for the printer. All the circuit breakers are in on this panel here. This is the easiest way to make sure all the circuit breakers are in. Just kind of zoom right down here like that. Overhead circuit breakers, if they were popped, you'd get an ECAM. Everything's coming to life right now. Airplane is booting up. Gonna be a good one today, Chad. I've got a feeling that today is gonna be just a beautiful stream. Can't wait for it. I'm so happy to be back in 2024. I don't know what it is, man. This is my juice sim right here. All right, CVR test. There it goes. Captain, Purser, Captain, align 1, 2, and 3. We'll take our time to a full-blown alignment here. We'll go auto, nav 1, auto, arm the emergency exit lights. Pressurization is in auto. Everything looks good here. Now, I have been noticing, I think maintenance might have changed their SOPs. So for our 321 Neos, Every one I've got on as of late within the last like couple months, the packs have been in the off position on RON aircraft. So RON aircraft are aircraft that remain overnight. And I haven't seen anything change in our SOPs, but maybe for maintenance, because everything that I have, every aircraft I've come back to that's been on RON now has the packs off, if maintenance hasn't done a wake-up procedure yet. A lot of times, if you're waking up an aircraft in a base with maintenance, they will do an aircraft wake-up procedure prior to the crew arriving. So a lot of times you'll actually get to the aircraft with it already powered up. The ADIRs are already in the alignment phase, and etc. So, but every now and then you have to do the full-blown, check the gear lever, all that stuff, make sure everything is down, all that full-blown power-up. But I don't know what's been going on with the pack switches off lately. Can we do a pack or APU in-op? We could do an APU in-op. You want to do an APU in-op today? We'll set up an APU in-op. That'll be fine. Let's set that up here. Let's go over here real quick. We'll go to failures. Let's set it up to do like an auto shutdown or something. And that'll just can us. So APU low oil, ECB, APU fuel level. We'll do APU low oil level. We'll arm it for actually, let's just fail it, and then that way when we boot it up, we should be able to see it properly. Let's go back here. Are you still a captain in real life? Yeah, last I checked. I still am. 296 minutes, that's okay. That's because I wound the sim time back. Ground ceviches. We'll go ahead and we'll put the aft stairs on the aircraft. We'll open up forward aft cargo. That looks good. Weight and balance. Aircraft loading, it'll take about 23 minutes. Let's just go ahead and start that. That'll start with fuel and all of the other things here. We'll do a status and recall. AP12 auto throttle. That looks good. Ooh, I said auto throttle, chat. I've been flying too much Boeing. Auto thrust. Auto thrust. All right, that looks good. Squawking 2000. We do have an auto ATC squawk here. Let me throw it in while we're looking at it. 3011. 3011 in the auto ATC box. That looks good. GCS multi-scan to auto. Somebody asked a question on the Discord about this the other day, about the multi-scan and ground control stabilization or something, I think is what GCS is. For us and for other aircraft operators, people that I know that fly a couple of airlines, these switches just live in the auto position. You never really turn GCS off or multi-scan to manual. I will mess with multi-scan and manual if I'm really trying to pick apart some weather, and it is that time of year. It is summertime, almost springtime here in the Midwest. Like the weather is going to start picking up. So sometimes I'll use that multi-scan, use my own calibration to try to get the best picture of some weather out in front of the aircraft. But most of the time I leave everything into auto. GCS I don't think I've ever turned off. So that is how we set that. Now this is the old radar panel anyway. Most of our fleet, I will say, has now been retrofit with the RDR 4000 or the new weather radars, which are really cool, a lot more intuitive, super easy to manipulate. You don't have to do math for top of cell, bottom of cell, distance from aircraft. You don't have to do anything. You just set it to the flight level you want. It'll scan that flight level. It'll show you the precip returns. Really cool. So the new radars are awesome. These are a little bit more finicky, but they still do the job quite well. So everything is set up. That looks good. Let's go VOR, constraint mode, magic bail, ref key 29085. Let's go ahead and do a quick initialization request. Mike, what's up, man? How's everything with you and the family? It's been okay, man. This last week we've been going through quite the ringer with kids being sick, myself being sick, the wife being sick. Last night, our oldest, she got sick again, came downstairs 2 o'clock in the morning. She just threw up in her bed. Just, I don't know what it is, man. No one has any other symptoms other than queasiness. Now, I feel better and better. Today is probably the best day that I've felt. So, I don't know what it is, man. Just it started last weekend, and it's just kind of been hanging around. Cruise flight level 360, but thanks for asking. Other than that, all is well, man. Can't complain. Ground temp, we'll throw that in there of 20. That looks good. Flight plan, Denver, Kansas City, and LA Center. Do I need to talk to any of these fine folks out there? I don't know if I do. Let me pull up the map real quick, and then I'm going to have to run over to my coffee shop and get my little coffee. Yeah, it looks like LA Center. No, not for us. We are in no man's territory for ATC. So what we will do though, because that's going to drive me nuts, is we're going to lower the cabin lighting to like 25%. Much better. Much better. Cabin lighting, we are refueling. Let's throw the route in here. Fenix departure. I saw somebody blast off of runway 8, so we'll use runway 8. As far as our flight plan, ooh, it actually said 7 left. Maybe we should go to 7 left for departure, so we can taxi under the bridge. Let's do that. Let's erase that. Erase that. Fenix departure, runway 7 left, so we can taxi under that bridge. We're Keens 3 harbor transition. So Keens 3 harbor transition. Insert. That looks good. Scroll all the way down. No discos except coming off of trucks. That looks good. Going into San Jose this morning. We'll be on the Silicon 6 for 30 rights. There's 30 left closed. 30 left might be closed. We'll put it in the box for now. See if any ATC pops on, if that changes. But Silicon 6 trucks. We'll insert that for 30 left, but we may have to change that to runway 30 right. There's the arrival all the way in. Wonderful. Secondary, initialize. We'll do Sky Harbor to Sky Harbor. I knew I missed that dash. KPHX to KPHX. Boom, boom, boom. Come right back. We'll land on runway 8 if we need to come back, because that is the longest runway. We'll just put 200 in the rad out. We'll zero out the winds. 20 degrees OAT. Magic barrel ref today 29er85. 29er85 is set. Boom. We'll leave you on the init B page. Terrain mode will come on here. Actually, can't. We're still aligning. Wonderful. All right. I am going to throw you guys outside view for a minute. I'll let you do the pre-flight while I grab my coffee. So give me 2 seconds, and I'm going to grab my coffee. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. It should only take like 4 minutes to walk over there and back. They're back. Alright, we back. We back. Let's put the plane move at 90 degrees. No, we're back. Alright. Let's go ahead and hop back into the cockpit. Alright. Everything's loaded up out in the box. We'll set our top altitude of 360. We'll set that with our mini FCU. Coffee's been secured. How was the walk around? Walk around was good. Excellent. Okay, nothing broken. In that case, let's go ahead and... How's our fueling situation? Fueling is complete. 18 nothing on board. Fuel tank pumps are coming on. Prime the APU. Seatbelt sign is on. And we are balanced. So 18-0 in the fuel. That looks good. Now, let's say we are right here getting ready to fire up said APU. PAX lights are out. Low oil level. So we could go ahead and start the APU with a low oil level. That doesn't prohibit us from starting, but we'll say we consult with maintenance and they're like, hey Cap, yeah, we'll come take a look at it. Oh, this coffee's so much better. Chat. Buy local. So much better. And they're like, yeah, I don't think you should run it. We're actually going to defer it right now. So they will defer the APU, which then presents its own set of problems for us here in the airplane. Now, I don't have my work EFB with me today, which is unfortunate. But essentially what's going to happen then is like, okay, we'll depower the APU. We'll have to speak with ground, the ground services, and we're going to need them to do a couple additional things here. I'm going to need them to go ahead and hook up the conditioned air first, and that's going to hopefully at least get some conditioned air into the cabin. Right now it's 71 degrees, it's 90 degrees in the cockpit. That's not very good. So they'll go ahead and start doing that, and then we're going to eventually need high pressure air, ground air right here, to start the engines. Now the way we're going to start the engines is we're going to go ahead and configure with PAX off, engine bleeds off, APU bleed is off, and then we're going to go cross bleed shut, engine 2 bleed on for start. That's kind of how we are going to configure. I will confer with the ground crew saying that we have a we're going to be starting number 2 first today, since you're probably going to run the hose in front of the number 1 engine. That's kind of our SOP. You could start number 1 first, not a big deal. But that's how we're going to go about that. So we are pretty much primed up for that. How are we looking on departure perf? Dry for 7 left. We'll sync the prelim, sync the live, calculate 42, 47, 48, giving us a flaps 2, a flex of 52. I would love to do a Toga PAX off out of here, so I'm going to need y'all to smash that like button. We only have 81 likes, so right now we are headed towards a flex takeoff, which is super mid. So we'll leave these prelims in here for now. We're not going to send that data to the McDo. We just want the prelim. How far along are we? We are about halfway there with the loading process. Let's pull out our charts. Phoenix Sky Harbor. Jesse, what's going on, man? Highball, happy Easter, man. Almost, dude. 2 more days. 2 more days. Alright, we'll go ahead and throw the star charts in here. It is nighttime, so we'll leave those on. Do I have an iPad light on? Oh, old school chart lights. Phoenix, 7 left. I'm going to come up with my own taxi route here so we can taxi under the bridge. So we're going to come around here on a Romeo, and then we're going to go under the bridge, and then we will go all the way down Echo to Echo 3 for 7 left of full length. That will be our departure. The Keynes 3 out of here is a right turn, so it would be plausible that you would be getting 7 left, because you don't really want to be on 8 crossing over the extended center lines for the south lights, or south runways. So this is our scheduled departure, which looks fine. Massive at 220 at 7,000 feet. So that all looks good there. Yep, dome light's on. I've got the dome light on right now. You know what's interesting though? I don't think we have that bug with the other lights though. Watch this. If I turn the dome off, all the lights are out. Remember we were in the 319 and we had those ghost lights that we couldn't figure out what they were? Well, we got them figured out now. So, oh, look at that, a 146. Ooh, old school American. Test.exe MEL and the Fenix went. Yeah, right. Is a PCA good at keeping the cabin cool when all seats are filled? No. Or will you need the APU to keep it cool past a certain number of passengers on board? The PCA air will very rarely ever cool the cabin to an acceptable level. It's just something we do to make people feel good and trying to keep it below 100 degrees. Now, if you're in the summer, Phoenix, 120 outside, you don't have an APU, you're probably not going to board. The most likely scenario is you're probably either going to do one of two things. You're either going to have to run an engine to cool the cabin and then board, and it's still going to be hot, or you can actually use the ground air to run the packs. Now, there's a procedure for that. Some airlines authorize it, some airlines do not. We do authorize that procedure, depending on, you have to get chief pilot approval before you do that. Actually, before you do both of those, you got to get chief pilot approval. So we actually have a cabin temp limitation for boarding. That's right about 80 degrees. It's 80 degrees Fahrenheit. So if the cabin is above 80 F, we're not allowed to board. So if you don't have an APU and it's summertime, you might get hosed. The running the packs on the ground air is better than some PCA airs, but not always. It just depends on the airport, man. No, my strobes are not on. That's from the RJ next to us. The Admiral RJ is a plane that was a protagonist of the famous accident of the Chapecoense football team. Yeah, that was on the Lamia, right? Lamia flight? Is the coffee on? The coffee is on, but we have without an APU, and since this airplane was overnight, and since this is an old bird, 580 uniform whiskey, I would wager we cannot pressurize the water. I would wager this tail number would not allow you to pressurize the coffee or pressurize the potable water without the APU bleed. So the new aircraft, there's a mod that allows that to happen. I just don't know if this aircraft would have that mod or not. So, but yeah, some of the older aircraft, you couldn't flush the toilet or wash your hands if they serviced the water and it was like a Ron aircraft and you didn't have the APU running. You have to get the APU running. Are emergency procedures available online for the 320? Yeah, there are some online, and you also have a MEL here, don't you? What's the MEL log? No MELs on this one. NOTAM brief. Where is, under documents, normal QRH? Now, there's no way to search the QRH, unfortunately. But, air engine 1 bleed fault. They got all, this is a system reset table. This is awesome. So this is exactly what we would consult for any failures that pop up. Like, yeah, let's do a system reset. Speaking of failures, let me go back over here to the index page. Let's go to, let's go back, maintenance failures. That's ours. How do I set the failures random, all realistic? Yeah, they're all on, so failures are on. But I'm going to put you back over on the maintenance page for ground air. Alright, 138 of 197. We're almost there. Sun is rising. I wish we had an APU to spool up and listen to the juice, but ooh, we got another 321 next to us. Look at that sky bridge. Enjoy the sunrise this morning. I'm hosting my first ground session with our chief CFI as part of my CFI training tomorrow about writing about systems. Thanks for being great background noise. Hey, man. That's what I love to be. It's definitely background noise to the wife sometimes, too. I'm sure that'll be fun, man. First ground lesson. All right, let's take a check at our scheduling mayhem. So far today, chat, not good. Not good on the scheduling mayhem today. Ooh, we got one turn. We got a Cancun turn. We got one Cancun turn. We were able to drop the 4-day that I didn't like. We were not able to pick up. There was this awesome 4-day trip at the end of the month. I tried to get it. I couldn't get it. Let's see what else we got. Nothing new. Ooh, Austin overnight. Let me see what that one's all about. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Ooh. Oh, red eye. Ooh, but it's a Vegas Dallas red eye. That's not terrible. Should I add that one, chat? On the 1st of May. That's like a 2-hour red eye. I could probably do that, right? Austin overnight, Vegas overnight. Let's see, so you get in Sunday. Oh no. Oh wow. You go Austin to Vegas at 4:45 in the morning. Who's booking a flight at 4:45 in the morning out of Austin? Y'all are crazy. Then you stay in Vegas. Ooh, I don't know about that one. Red eye back. We'll see. We'll put in for it, chat. We'll put in for it. Alright. You should add that Oakland trip. Key 6. I tried, man. No Oaklands. How are we? 156. 157. This is the slowest boarding process ever. Maybe I shouldn't have done real time. .58. We're almost there. We got the American next to us pushing. Bring out our cams are online. Ready to go. Oh, look at that guy blasting off on the south side. Is that a United? Or is that... No, that's that American 7-3. That was cool. We caught that shot. Does the 321 RL struggle to keep the cabin cool? I've noticed multiple times in the sim cabin won't go to 77 even though tour's all the way cool. Yes. Yes, it does. It just depends on the airframe, it's Jerry. Some airframes are better than others. 321s are better than 737, 8, and 900s for the most part. But the older 321s, yeah, it's tough, man. The Neos, the new Neo aircraft do a much better job of keeping the cabin cool. But cool is a objective number. So, and you also have to take into account the outside air temp. If the outside air temp is 100 degrees and up, it's going to struggle, man. Pretty much every airplane is going to struggle. The nondescript bags of cargo. Yep, there they are. They follow me everywhere. Who remembers that I saw a luggage cart driving down that service road in LA? I posted it in the Discord in the members section a long time ago. It's just like, it was a cart like this, and all these nondescript boxes and everything just overstuffed on the top, some black plastic bags. I'm like, yep, there's some Barry Seal cargo right there. Andre, I seem to be having issues with deliveries not showing up in the Fenix in 24. Andre, uninstall them and reinstall them if you're using the manager. That seems to be the problem. Or my foolproof way is that I've just been downloading liveries off the Flight Sim TO, and those always show up. Even this specific livery, I think, is a 2020 livery. It won't show up in the under the Fenix 321. It shows up as its own aircraft variant. It's kind of weird. So, like, there is some discrepancies in how the liveries are shown in the sim, for sure. Oh, schedule alert popped out. Here we go. Did you guys hear that beeping? Let's take a look. You have control. Processing. I want turns, though, chat. I still have my name in the hat for a... it's an Atlanta overnight. Listen to this day, too.
American 2347, taxiing to 7 Latvia, Charlie.
Atlanta, Tampa, Atlanta, New Orleans, Dallas. What am I, a regional pilot? That is a long day of flying. Let's see, 6.5 hours a block. That's a long day. That is a long day of flying, chat. I don't know if we're going to get that one, though. Alright. I just passed my AON assessment. Going to Ireland soon to finish the last stuff before they train to become Ryanair pilot. Very cool, Crash Lab. Very cool, my man. Very cool. Congrats. Vegas Casino livestream V1. Hey, what's up, Ali Sammy? Do you really flew the Fenix 321 with the CFM power plant? Rare, Juan, because we had CFMs for years only. And because of that, I don't ever want to fly CFMs again. All right, 10 more people. Let's go. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Flight American 357 service from Phoenix to San Jose, California. Just finishing up the last of the paperwork here. Once we get everybody on board, flight time this afternoon, 1 hour and 37 minutes. Takeoff, touchdown. Cruising over there at 36,000 feet. Should be a pretty smooth ride. We'll get that seatbelt sign up for you once we get to our cruise altitude. Once again, we do appreciate your business. Thanks again for choosing American Airlines. Welcome aboard. Oh, I shouldn't. I'd probably make an announcement about saying that the cabin's going to be super hot. Speaking of, what is the cabin right now? Let's kind of monitor that. Oh, it's 83 in the back. Yeah. Well, folks, also from the flight deck, just want to give you a note that I know it's getting kind of warm back there. Unfortunately, right now, the small generator that powers air conditioning here on the ground is not working this morning. We're going to get the aircraft cooled off as soon as we get an engine started. Just do be aware that I am aware of it being uncomfortable back there, and we'll get that airplane cooled off as soon as we can. Thank you. 321 with CFMs are the worst performance ever with the fuel burn. A drunk IE greater than CFM on the 320. IE greater than on CFM, all of them, guess. Now that's 146. You got your strobes on, brother. Matavius, yes, I do. I think that's a that's just the nature of Microsoft 24 restructuring how liveries are seen and then how the livery creators are making them. Now, when the Fenix is officially supported, I think that might change, but who knows yet. Remember, the Fenix as of right now is not even officially supported until the big Fenix update. 197 plus 5 chat. We have a full boat today. We'll go ahead and get that jump seat out there for Mr. Saturday riding along with us this afternoon, or this morning rather. We accept the prelim. Let's go ahead and go back to our maintenance page here. 195 plus 5, huh? Goodness me. We may have to do a Toga. All right, we'll dismiss that. Let's go ahead and immediately, let's expedite here so we can get that cabin cooled. So we're going to send these numbers to the McDo. We're going to go to the perf takeoff page. We're going to sync the final. How are we looking on likes? We need 250 for a PAX off. We're at 150, so we can do a Toga takeoff, but we'll still flex. So right now we're doing a Toga with a flex. We'll sync the live, we'll calculate. We'll send those to the McDo. Here's our weights, 50, 26.9, that checks out. 2.1 destination. Why is our alternate fuel so jacked up? We need 4 for the alternate gas. Boom, 1.9, 26 minutes extra. Sounds good to me. Perf speeds, 42, 47, 48, flaps 2, Toga set. All right, let's go ahead and get the beacon on. Before start checklist. Or excuse me, cockpit preparation checklist. Cockpit preparation checklist. I don't remember it off the top of my hand, so we're going to skip it, and we're going to close the doors. Ground ceviches. All right, chocks and cones. Actually, yeah, they'd pull the chocks and cones. They'd hook up the tug. We'll get the stairs. Forward aft cargo closed. PCA air can go off because you cannot do both. You cannot do PCA air and ground air at the same time. Close that. Close up. GPU needs to be on. Now, I think I remember this being a problem. When we start the engines, we're going to lose ground power. Let's see if that doesn't happen. Ground air is coming on. Cockpit to ground. Ground cockpit, go ahead. Are you guys ready for engine start? Cockpit to ground, affirmative. You are clear for number 2 engine start. Copy that. Ramps, American 357. American 357 ramp, go ahead. Bravo 22, we need to start an engine at the gate, idle power only. American 357, roger, approved as requested. All right, here we go. Engine mode to ignition start. Verify we have bleed pressure. Before start checklist, windows, doors, slides, closed and arm, beacons on, thrust levers idle, parking brakes on. Before start checklist is complete. You're clear on 2. Turning engine 2. Here we go. What? Abort the start. Oh my gosh. Engine 2 master off. Engine 2 start valve. Start valve not open. Because we didn't have any bleed air from the ground. Let's try this again. There she goes. You need bleed air to open that valve. It should have been open, not shut. That's my bad. That's why you follow the checklist. So good. So in the Neo, you can ventilate the cabin while doing engine starts by starting 2 first. It's a procedure that you can do. I can't wait to test it out on the Fenix 321 Neo. See if it works properly. All right, so cockpit to ground. We got a good start on 2. We'll go ahead and move that to there. We're not going to arm anything. We're going to look up top. We're going to get rid of the pack page. We're going to go to the electrics. We do have generator 2 providing power. External power is going to come off. We're going to leave everything shut right now. Cockpit to ground. Ground to cockpit. So we've got a good start on 2. You're clear to disconnect ground power and air. And let us know when you're ready. We'll call for push. Copy that. Disconnect ground power and air. Stand by. Jetway's going away. I need to rebind my push to talk here. Sky Harbor traffic, American 357 and Bravo 22, push straight back. We'll be going with 7 left. Alright, cockpit ground. Ready for brake release? Yes, sir. Brakes release. You're clear to push. Alright, let's go ahead and connect. And start. Here we go. We're rolling. Enter the ground stutters. This is a 2024 thing, I think. Wow, did you guys see those seats? We're gonna have to do a cabin tour of this. I haven't even done a full cabin tour of this airplane yet. Oh, look, there goes another American blasting off. That's so cool. Not sure exactly where he's gonna push us. Maybe the second line. Now, you cannot do a cross-bleed engine start with the CEO engines during pushback.
Taxiing from Terminal 3 to 7
because they're afraid that it could overpower the tug. So you can only keep one engine running here during pushback. Another schedule alert, Chad. Another schedule alert. Oh, 3 of them. Stand by. Hopefully we don't get pushed into the tower or into the terminal. You guys have control. I can't see what's happening. Chat, it's a day trip. It's a day trip. Oh, it's a red eye turn. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Cancel, 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 cancel. Scheduling Mayhem Day, chat. Scheduling Mayhem Day. Ooh, it's a Phoenix turn. Please, 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 chat. I hope we get this one. I hope we get this one, chat. I hope we get this one. And an LA. Chat, we've got 4 processing requests. I really hope this pans out. 1, 2, 3 are all processing. Would I rather do a Tampa turn other than that 3-day trip? With the red eye? Probably, because that's 1 through 4. Yeah, let's cancel that request. Alright. I'm canceling that 1 3-day that had that 4 a.m. report time out of Austin for you savages that want to fly that early in the morning. And we're going all out for turns, chat. We're going all out. Alright. Cockpit round, push complete, set brakes, brake set, clear, disconnect. We got to do a, we can't start here in the alley either. So let's go ahead and go auto. I'm going to get pack 2 on. And actually I'm going to run pack 1 on. We're going to open the cross bleed, which is going to run up the idle speed here. Oop. See the idle speed gone up a little bit? Beautiful. We'll kill the electrics. I'm not going to run an after start checklist yet until we get number 2 started. So, dome light's coming off. We've been disconnected from the tug. Everybody's ready to go. PTU is PTU is going to run. Yellow electric pump is not required because we're running on number 2 only. It would be redundant to turn on the yellow hydraulic pump, but we will do it anyway. And let's go ahead and taxi out. Ramp American 357 taxi November 1 line. All right, straight out approved. You can cross bleed on the taxiway. Roger that. Here we go. Let me just block the alley for a bit. I need to schedule some trips. What's up, Caro? Now that PTU will bark with number 2 running. Even if you have the electric pump on, it does not matter. This is why the preferred engine start sequence is 1 then 2, in case you do need to do a single engine taxi. Let's go ahead and throw that taxi light on. Gosh, these ground stutters, man. It's only when I'm in the cockpit, and it only happens on departure, it seems. I'm getting real close to installing Sim Update 2 Beta, chat. I'm getting real close. So we will start engines, how about we start them under the bridge? Ground, American 357, November, short of Bravo taxi. American 357, turn right on Bravo, cross split approved under the bridge. Right. American 357, disregard, make the right turn right there, go into the bridge. Right turn here on this taxiway. I don't think this is Bravo, is this Alpha? We'll do a cross bleed under the bridge, because why not? Tiago, no, it has nothing to do with Phoenix Sky Harbor. It just has to do with the sim, dude. Because this happened even on default airports. See, like, it's not happening right now. It's something with the current version of Microsoft 24. Taking a sneak peek at my request chat. Still, they're all processing so far. So I have a 1, 2, and 5 processing. I mean, that would make my day if I get those. I don't think we could go 3 for 3. I'll be happy with 1 out of 3. You know, it might be something to do when I switch monitors. You see that? I was on the other monitor there, and the stutter came back. Carol says, I think Sim Update 2 might be dropping next week. Changelog for beta builds have been getting shorter and shorter. That's usually the good clue. All right, Carol. Well, if it's so close as I taxi into the American maintenance facility here, which probably be doing them a favor since they need to fix this APU, then I might just hang tight on running the beta, because if we're so close to the official, cockpit condition duct overheat, hot air off then on. Now this is a Phoenix bug. See this? We'll do the procedure. We're not going to ignore it. Okay, let's go ahead and stop the aircraft. Brakes are set. Cockpit condition, cockpit duct overheat. When duct temp is greater than 70 degrees C, hot air off then on. Hot air off then on. All right, everything looks fine. All right, we're stopped here. Let's go ahead and set brakes. Let's go ahead and start number 2 here. All right. A lot going on here on this departure. It's just a hard day at work. All right, we'll go ahead and crossbleed number 2. So prayer for crossbleed engine start. The crossbleed is in the open selection. Engine 1 bleed is on. Pack 1, Pack 2 is off. We are cleared for engine start. Engine mode 2 ignition start. Set number 2 thrust lever to achieve approximately no less than 30 psi during the start. So right now we're at 30. If I were to start it right now, it will drop down below 30. So we're going to juice it up here. I like to go about 1 throttle width in the real airplane. So about 1 thrust lever width is just about perfect. Now what's really cool is the Neos. You don't even need to do that. You just do it at idle. All right, that looks good. Let's go ahead and start engine 1. We'll monitor the PSI on this one though. See how it's dropping down 26? I need more juice there, Cap. More juice. Maybe it's 28 PSI during the start. Kara, what's the start PSI limitation? That should be good. We're in the green. It's got 24. It's spooling. We'll listen to a motor because it'd be kind of cool. Can you start engine while moving? Absolutely. Talked about a song and dance doing a crossbleed while going downhill. Hit the like button if you've ever done that and regretted it after you got to the runway hold short line and realized your brake temps were too hot. But you can do it. Preferably uphill. So you can see here now, theoretically I'd go ahead and bring it to idle right now because the valve is closed. So I'm going to bring it back to idle. There's a good start on number 2. All right, nice job. Let's go ahead and kill that. Let's do Pack 1, Pack 2, auto. That's good. This is coming back to norm. Let's run our normal after start checklist sequence. We'll set flaps 2. And
traffic, Eastern 9342, taking runway 7 left for departure.
Eastern. All right. After start checklist. After start checklist. Head ice. It's off. Yellow electric pump is off. Rudder trim 0. After start checklist is complete. Mini brief. We're going to be departing off runway 7 left on Phoenix. Should have the SID in there. Phoenix 7 left. I forget what the SID is called. Gross weight is 168.6 is checked. Flaps config 2. Fuel on board 17.8. Speeds 142, 148. Initial altitude 360. Standard transition. First fix, we're going to be RNAV to FUTEP. No questions. Flight control check. Flight control check. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Rudder. Full left. Full right. Neutral. First officer will do his checks. Under the bridge we go. I love this bridge, man. Sweet little scenery. I'm pretty sure this is the old BM world scenery, right? Glide slope sim. Oh, look, there's a Eastern blasting off. Oh, that's sick. I love retro jets, man. I think tomorrow we're Felis 747 flying. You guys ready for another Felis flight tomorrow? Alright, so we've done all that. Let's do a flow. We'll do auto brakes max. Takeoff config is checked. We'll go ahead and throw you on auto. TARA 3011 on the squawk. That checks. Please perfect takeoff. Taxi checklist. Gross weight comparison is complete. Pitch trim is supposed to be up 0.3, which is 28% CG set. V1, VR, V2 flex. 142, 147, 148 Toga set. Flaps config 2. Flight controls checked. ECAM memo. Takeoff all green.
Phoenix traffic, Eastern 9342 is through
Taxi
4000,
checklist is
turning
complete.
to the north out of Phoenix. Final call, Phoenix.
Swoop! AJ. Thanks for the $3 super chat, my man. Appreciate you. Threats, the breakfast burrito from the taco truck. Yeah, that would not be a good one, man. That's actually, honestly, AJ, that's a big reason I put my trip tomorrow on the trade board is because...
See you in San Jose, everyone.
See you there, bud. I've been so inconsistent with my overall feeling of nausea this week. You know, I said, well, I was going to say if I wake up today feeling good, I was going to keep the trip. But then yesterday I just dropped it. So I do feel good today, though. So far, so good today. I've been able to drink some coffee, had a little breakfast. But it's one thing if it's like a hour flight, but a 7.5 hour day trip, a 7.5 hour block time, that is not a good recipe for if you don't feel well. I figured we'd just stream instead. What's so weird is there's no stutters when I'm looking at the terminal. And this is what happened to us in LA. There's no stutters now, and then it's like the stutters will start at some point. Let's see. Maybe not, I don't know. What is the button over the ND switch? Yeah, see the stutters have started again. Over the ND switch. The button over the ND switch. Terrain on ND, this? Terrain? We should have that on since we're departing in terrain. New epaulets, thanks for everything. V1 in chat. Tango Kilo getting the V1 bars. Man, 24 months, 2 years of support. Tango Kilo, I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you for the support, dude. Here's to the next two, right? Tango Kilo? In it for the long haul. Where's the brightness for the PFD? Right here. So PFD, ND. Now you have two knobs for PFD and ND. The big knob is for the terrain. So you can see here on the terrain or weather. So you always want to make sure that that's either full bright or where you want it. Because if for instance, let's say the weather is on and you have the brightness of the weather at the off position, even though the weather radar is on, you're not going to see any weather radar on your ND. Suboptimal scenario. So you just want to make sure that brightness for the weather is up in the bright phase, or at least, you know, halfway. The little knob on the ND brightness, this is going to control the actual screen brightness. So the reason that's there is if, like, especially on the new weather radars, the old ones do it too, but especially on the new weather radars, you'll be flying in solid green, which is just mist, light rain most of the time, and that real bright solid green on top of your flight plan is because your flight plan lines are green, sometimes can be hard to see some of the fixes and stuff on there. So that's why you can turn that brightness down so the terrain isn't really blaring out your flight plan stuff. All right, let's go ahead and check our schedule. Request is still processing. They are still processing, chat. Benny, what's up, man? I need that scenery. Yeah, dude, I like the scenery, man. I freaking love Phoenix Sky Harbor. Should just taxi in outside mode. There's no stutters. Do you think the Just Flight 300 will be better than the Neo builds? I think so because I'm biased to old school aircraft. The Just Flight B4, what is it, the B4, right? Is going to be, I mean, I want to take a SIVA across the ocean in 2024. That's all I want to do. For all my life, all I've wanted to do is take a SIVA across the ocean, whether it be 2020 or 2024. And we haven't been able to do that. So that's why, in my opinion, it'll be better. I mean, I look at it this way. I look at Just Flight's track record of aircraft they've released. F-28, 146, RJ series. Every single one of them has had the same standard, if not a slightly improved visual quality, sound quality, systems quality as they release them, right? Like when the first airplane dropped, the 146, awesome airplane. The Fokker series, albeit I think underrated. I don't know. I mean, only they know how many they sold or not, but I never really see many people flying them on the YouTubes. But in my opinion, they're even superior to the 146 in some certain areas. Then you look at the RJ85, phenomenal. So there is no reason for me to believe that the A300 from Just Flight is going to be anything short of phenomenal. Yeah, Mr. Saturday is absolutely right. They've been consistently good with their sounds. And even though the 146 and RJ85 is a very quiet airplane, and that's why some people are like, well, the sounds are kind of quiet. I'm like, well, that's the original Whisper Jet. But you fly the F-28 and you hear how good the F-28 sounds. I cannot wait to hear what their A300 is going to sound like. So brake fans are on. Yeah, I don't know why. Who turned the brake fans on? Alright, we finally made it, chat. We've been, see, you have little issues like that, things just slow down. Now you compound this for 3-4 flights a day for this aircraft, and that's why your flight's delayed. This was a fleet launch flight, and we did everything we can to get out on time. And we normally get airborne within 30 minutes of starting the stream. We're at an hour. Now, I also had to grab my coffee and stuff, but... Alright, let's go ahead and throw you away. Navigraph. Oh, I got click and drag bug. We're going a right turn to Futep Max, massive 220 there on the speed. Alright, cool. Sky Harbor traffic, American 357, departing runway 7, left Sky Harbor. Alright. How do we do on the likes? Did we do it? Or not? 219 on the likes. Man, can we get 30 likes before lineup? I don't know what's going on with my runway textures there. The groove lines look a little aliasy. Did we kill the packs or not? Let's see if how we can line up from wing view. What do you want to know, Romario? I think I'm too far to the right. Yeah, too far to the right. We're at 250? All right. You guys are awesome. Let's do packs off. Let's do it from outside then. Pack 1, pack 2. Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff. Spool them up 50. Yoga's in chat. Sounds are up to 11. Here we go.
Sky Harbor traffic, calendar, CBS Air Delta, passing the 7 right. From West
Yoga. Ooh. That's going to be a hell of a D-rate. Man, Toga, SRS, a runway, auto thrust bleu. Thrust set. Man, we must have a crosswind from the right. I have to keep using left rudder here. 100 knots, check. She's heavy today. V1. Rotate. Pause, bit of brake. Gear up. Fly with. Navin. Yeah, right into the wind. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Chat. Tempe Town Lake caught a lot of bass in here before they dammed this up here too. You just go down here all the time. A lot of bass in Tempe Town Lake. All right, here comes thrust reduction. Oh my goodness. All right, we got reduction. Pack 2's coming on. We need to cool that cabin stat. F speed, flaps 1, speed checks, flaps 1. This is real life, chat. JP, this is real life, my friend. Look at that. 2024 is GOAT Sim. pulling away. Can you imagine the 727 in this family? Look at those sky colors. That's Pack 1 associated. Clear air. Clear air. We'll clean that up here in just a second. As soon as we clean up. There's S-speed, flap 0. Speed checks, flap 0. Awatuki. Bank angle check to the right. Pack 1's coming on. Bumpy, a little bumpy departure. Yeah? Got a little wing flex out there. More bank, more bank. There's Phoenix Mesa Gateway out there, IWA. Nothing beats the Phoenix out of Phoenix, I'm telling you. And we got 220 on the speed. We kind of blasted through there, didn't we? Let's go ahead and pitch back for 220. Don't mind me. Oh, I just can't get over those sky colors. Been looking at 2020 for too many days. So that 220 speed is right at green dot. We got to be very careful. We can do it. We're fine to do it. We just got to be very careful with our maneuvering here. There's Sky Harbor, Tempe Town Lake. Oh, man. Those sounds. Across the Stanfield stacks and be down there. Used to hold right over here for the GPS 4 right into Chandler all the time. X-plane who? Alright, we're straightened out now. Let's just turn AP1 on because I just want to look around here. Autopilot 1, there's our 250. We're speeding up. 10,000 feet. Lights. How's our cabin temp? Yeah, down to 65 degrees. Beautiful. We'll set these to right about there. All right, let's put our ANR headsets on. Chat. I missed all the chat messages because I was too busy just looking at that incredibleness. Romeo Whiskey, thanks for the 6 months, dude. 6 months of straight juice. Yes, sir, indeed. Am I on beta? No, Benny. This is Sim Update 1 stable. So this is the stable Sim Update 1. Just an incredible departure out of Phoenix. Look at this. Look at this. Chuck Box in Tempe. Liam, it rings a bell, but I can't say I have. It rings a bell. I mean, chat, that's real life. Look at that. That's real life. Real life. In these conditions, wouldn't it be preferred to let it auto-retract? Probably 220. Yeah. 225 is going to be your, or 235 is going to be your limit, right? So, yeah, I mean, you could do it that way. I mean, there's no problem to sit there at green dot. I mean, real world, ideally, yeah, I would have looked at that min clean speed. I didn't realize how heavy we actually were for this particular takeoff. I mean, we're not that heavy, 166, but we're in the light version of the Phoenix, aren't we? Yeah, 171.5. So, yeah, you probably could have done a auto retract and just held it there. Min clean 223. Yeah, it's right at. I mean, it's 3 knots. Just be a good pilot and don't pull over G. Pull over the VLS. Papa 08 or Casa Grande, which is worse? Papa 08, man. I used to date a girl from Casa Grande. Casa Grande, dude. We'd fly down there for the ILS. We'd stack up in the hold there over Stanfield VOR. And I watched a King Air blast through the stack because he was unfamiliar with what was going on with all the flight training in South Phoenix. Blasted through the stack, was on a visual approach. I forget the runway numbers. And the reason we would all stack up is because we'd stack up at 1,000 feet or 1,000-foot intervals, or 500 feet intervals, I think, actually. And people would shoot the approach, and then there would be other people shooting the GPS from the other direction, opposite direction. So it was very common to have opposite direction traffic to the same runway. Well, this aircraft, this King Air, blasted through the stack, not talking to anybody on CTAF, was on the visual approach. He saw someone coming opposite direction, goes around, loses an engine, VMC rolled, crashed, and killed, I think, 2 of the occupants. So the question was, why are you reluctant to do a compressor stall? Why am I? I'm not reluctant to do a compressor stall. You want to see me bring the power to idle? Here. Power to idle. Back to climb. Compressor stall solved. There you go. How different are Neo and CEO when descending an approach? Does Neo improved aerodynamics make it different? The Neo slows down a little bit better. So, the Neo, because that big fan out there, I feel like it's got a little bit more drag when you bring that power to idle. It seems to want to slow down a little bit easier. Especially when you land and go into reverse, dude. By the time you go into full reverse on a Neo, you're almost, I feel like you're almost already at 70 knots. Jeremy, what's up, man? Just got off a flight from Baltimore back to Salt Lake, and I'm so tired. Where are we going? What's up, Jeremy? We are flying the Phoenix out of Phoenix, and we're headed to San Jose, my friend. San Jose. All right, you have control. Let me do a schedule check. Still processing. I don't know, it's either a good sign or a bad sign. So those are still in there. Ooh, another 4-day. Oh, that 4-day trip dropped back in there. That one trip I was going to get, I would have had it. First, second, and third. But with that red-eye Vegas to Dallas, that's a long, I mean, that's a 4-day, that's really a 4-day trip. Because of the red-eye getting in it. Let's see, Thursday? Yeah, Thursday, Friday, 27 hours in Austin. Man, that would have been a sweet overnight, actually. Shoot, maybe I should have kept that. If I don't get these day trips, I'm going to see if I can pick that trip right back up. I doubt I'll be able to. Because the day trips that we have processing... Oh, see here, the alert? There it is for the 1st and 5th. And that one trip is from the 1st through the 4th, and I wouldn't have the rest on the 5th, so we're going to risk it. All right, I'm back. I have control. Let's go ahead and set standard. 18 standard set once, twice, and thrice. Mr. Sat's on the jump seat. He's got his STDs already. We're in a turn. Oh, there's the sunrise. Look at that. I'll turn it down a little bit more. Golly. Come on. 2024 is GOAT Sim. What do you guys think of the Navigraph poll result survey or whatever? I call fake news on how many users are in 2020 because I didn't even know that survey was out. Or I think that survey might have been done before Sim Update 1. Or 99% of 2024 users are just part of V1 Nation. I know a lot of you use 2020, but actually, let's do our own survey right now. We got enough people here. Let's do an updated survey. Updated survey. We're going to supersede the Navigraph poll results. It was after Sim Update 1 and I used 4 different sims. Ah, Merc, but what is your sim of choice, Merc? What is your sim of choice? I've been seeing you fly that Q400, Digital Merc. That Q400 is gonna happen. It's gonna happen. P3D is dead, Vodka. I've been saying P3D is dead for years. That Q400 though over on X-Plane, it looks like visually it's gonna hold its own for us in the sim. So, wait, Felis just updated today. Liam Arnold, stop teasing me. Don't play with my heartstrings. Give me more information, Liam. You can't just simply say Felis is updated today and not tell me what's updated. What did they update? What's happening? Is the 321 LR a Neo version? It depends, D-Doom. So when we say 321 Neo, we're going to have to start being more specific, especially since Fenix is coming out with the 321 Neo. So there is the 321 Neo, there's a 321 LR, and then there is an XLR, right? So there's three variants. There's the base 321 Neo, there's an LR variant, right? Or is those two the same? And then I know there's an XLR. So there's definitely an XLR and an LR. I don't remember if LR is, I'm pretty sure LR is different than just a regular 321 Neo, right? The XLR is going to have the most changes. It's going to have a single slot flap in the back on the trailing edge. It's got the additional fuel tank and floor loading fixes, which make it suboptimal for econ configuration. So you're really only going to see the multi-class carriers use the XLRs. United's got a couple. Does Delta have the XLRs? But it's the XLR is the one that's going to be doing the most competition. I use that word lightly with the 757. That's the one they want to try to push on to the 75 routes, is that XLR. Felis update. Added automatic selection of the belly object according to the livery settings. I have no idea what that means. FB ground service page now shows power state for the cargo doors. XP12 added new axis for both brakes. Okay. Added pitch rate into auto throttle logic. Oh, reworked VOR and ILS low capture logic. Fixed LTNP waypoint missing. Was shared reset shared flight hydraulic forward leak bug. Auto throttle sync throttles option. See, he put that in there for Flight Deck to Sim. Flight Deck to Sim was flying the Felis the other day, and Felis Leopard was in the chat, and because of Flight Deck to Sim's throttle noise, he wanted to add a throttle lockout or sync option, because if you unsync the throttles in the Felis, which I thought this was fascinating, and I think it's by design. So if you were to set asymmetrical thrust in the Felis like this and engage auto throttle, it would then keep the thrust levers asymmetrical. And I think that is by design. But if you have noise in your throttle, that's a problem. So he added that option, which, I mean, I guess that's definitely a good option if you have noise in your throttle quadrant. That way when you engage it, they would just sync up all the thrust levers. But I want to say that's by design for engine out scenarios or high vibe scenarios. You got to bring one back. I'm not sure. I have to do some more reading on that. But we should do some more reading on our own here. We were supposed to go to 36. Max is 374. That's going to be interesting. Says we can do it. We'll try to do it. Let's do a couple other things here. We'll go secondary. We'll copy the active. RadNav page, nothing to get rid of. Perf has already been updated. Secondary radio 21.5 for Delta operations is up and being monitored. Oh yeah, Friction Mafia. We'll do a cabin tour once we get to cruise, man. Don't worry, my friend. Don't worry. Right now we're enjoying a beautiful. Let me get us a sunrise view without a window here. I don't really like those views. Are you guys window? I'm window fan. I like looking at the wind through the window. I know some people don't prefer windows, but when I don't see a window pane, I feel like I'm losing immersion. My immersion is ruined. But it's got to be a proper window, you know. If you don't have a proper window frame, then it's also immersion ruining. 321 is longer 320. LR has bigger fuel tanks, but that's it. And the XLR is the new big boy. Yet they're all on the Neo platform. I guess. You're asking. Yeah. So there's the Neo. Okay. Yeah. They got you covered. They got you fixed. Yeah. The Neo is just a new engine option. That's all that means. There's 320 Neos and there's 321 Neos, and the 321 Neo has subvariants. So I mentioned earlier the button left of PFD and up to ND switch. Left of PFD. This? That's your, is that your auto land? No, that's on the dash. JipWhiz button. JipWhiz light. There you go. That's why I've never seen it illuminate. Never had a JipWhiz. It's your JipWhiz. Pull up. Wow, what's cool is my mini FCU lights up properly when I do that. That's cool.
Overhead Hawaii.
No, Gus, backup speed would be under. It'd be right here. Be right here. Backup speed scale. Better test the fearless updates are ready for tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow KLM. Saint Martin, Tenerife Norte. We're going to go Tenerife North, I think, because that's where the accident happened, and I think it's going to be better approach into there. Not sure what time we're planning. It depends if I fish a tournament tonight. If I fish the Friday nighter tonight, I'm going to want to sleep in a little bit. But it's also already 1 o'clock. I don't know if I want to fish the Friday nighter tonight. We'll see. I will try to schedule that, though, stat. Schedule alert, chat. 3rd of May. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? 3rd of May, 3rd of May. Ooh, Houston, Vegas. Ooh. Another red eye, dude. Man, people are dropping them red eyes like flies. Dallas is becoming a red eye hub central for some reason. I don't know why. Put our name in the hat for another turn in Cancun and another San Jose turn. Oh my gosh, please could I get that San Jose turn on the 25th? We'll see, chat. We're all processing. You have control, by the way. We have 5. How many requests do we have processing now? They're all turns. I'm selling out for turns. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turns processing. Come on, baby. Definitely doing KLM. Now, should we do, I feel like we should do KLM because we already flew Clipper, but I'm always game to fly Pan Am again. So, what do you guys think? Looking at our poll right now, 44% are 2024, 42% are 2020. 14% X-Plane 12. It's only 230 votes. We still have another 100 and something people that haven't voted. If you are in the chat, do vote. I'm curious if your sim of choice is on there. If your sim of choice is not on there, then I guess don't vote. But I'm curious to see. I just couldn't believe the gap. Like, I would believe, you know, maybe 2020 is popular, more popular still by a few percentage points. But it wasn't the gap like 30%? I'm like, I don't know about that. What is the border for red eye and not a red eye? It's actually defined in section 6.57D, subsection A, under part 124 in the CBA agreement. It's going to be the hours of 0130 local domicile time to 0459 local domicile time. So flying through there is considered a red eye. While I lean towards 24, my Boeings are still 2020. Merc, and look, I'm telling you, man, I hear that sentiment very loud. I think, because even myself, I'm getting a little bit, I don't want to say bored, but I'm getting a little bit, I'm feeling a little bit stale with the aircraft selections in 24 now. Just starting, though. Like, within the last 2 weeks, I would say I'm starting to feel a little bit stale with the selections. That's why I've really welcomed the X-Plane 12 beta update, flying the Fearless there, going back to 2020 Yellow Sim to fly the 727. But as soon as the PMDG drops in 24, I'm gonna be happy. So I'm also surprised, Merc, that the 7.3, like you're saying, is going to be the last of 24. I'm very surprised about that. I thought that would be like their first one they would work to bring over. Not sure. American 357, Albuquerque Center. American 357, go ahead. Yeah, are you able at or above 350 in 2 minutes or less? Negative. American 357, Roger. Go ahead and maintain stop to climb 340 for me, please. All right, stop to climb, fly level 340, American 357. All right. She's too fat today, chat. We're doing 700 feet a minute. ATC's getting upset. We're going to level here at 34. We got crossing traffic. We no longer need terrain on ND. We'll level at 34. If it's smooth, we'll kill the seatbelt sign. We'll do a little tour. American 200 ER ops out of Miami and DFW. Yes, Mr. Saturday. And for some reason, I don't know why I never remember this, but the 777-200 for American was in a bare metal livery. Now, I don't think it was the was it the ER? Regardless, American had 777-200s in bare metal or brushed aluminum. So I hope, I'm sure, somebody's going to drop a bare metal livery for the American 777 in 2024. I love that bare metal in the 777, the 75, the 72. The only reason we didn't fly it on the FSS stuff is because the stock bare metal was mediocre at best. Actually, you're in ZLA now. Well, thank you, AJ. Appreciate that. When are you replacing the Brunner with the Moza? Key 6, I'm not. I will be replacing the Brunner with the Wing full-size Boeing yoke whenever I can get my hands on it. Now, I was reading that update from Bluebird, and they said that you will be able to fly, perhaps, the 757 at the Expo. Now, this is interesting to me because it also said, courtesy of Thrustmaster and Wing. Does that mean Wing McDo, or does that mean courtesy of the Wing yoke is going to be hooked up to the Bluebird 757? Could you imagine the full-size Wing yoke hooked up to the Bluebird 757 at the Expo? That, my friends, is what I'm talking about. Also, side note, FS Expo, fist bumps only. I'm not trying to get that COVID. I'm going to have a brand new baby at home, so fist bumps only at the Expo. I don't want any of this COVID flu that you guys always get from the Expo. I've heard it happens to like everybody every time they go to the Expo. Fist bumps only. Grubby little hands to yourselves and all over the wing throttles. Or yokes. With Throttletek, yeah, that would be awesome, Ryan. That would be awesome. DFW to Tokyo non-stop. In the very back row of an American 777. My longest flight of my life was a bare metal 777. Ooh, DFW to Tokyo non-stop in the very back row. Steven, that sounds like an Alt F4 if you ask me. I know, Infian. I'm sure I will. Infian. You aren't worried about losing your nominee by going to the Expo? Nah, man. I know, Thrusted, I know you like to believe that I don't exist in physical form, but I actually do. But how do you know I'm not going to be anonymous? I mean, nobody's going to know who I am unless I say, hey, I'm this guy. It's not like I'm going to just roll up with a V1 sign on my forehead. When is the next time for aircraft market checkout? When is the next time for aircraft market checkout? I don't know what that means. Thrustmaster needs to release something new soon. J-Foot, I'm surprised, dude. I'm very shocked at the lack of... I don't want to say, I guess, lack of products, because we don't know if there's a lack of products. But yeah, at least of hype or previews, there really hasn't been anything from Thrustmaster, right? It's been very quiet. The moment you speak, nah, it's radio voice, man. If it makes you feel any better, I didn't get COVID at the Vegas Expo. Well, that's good, Key 6. That's because you're drinking that water out there in Oakland, man. If you can drink Oakland water, you're pretty much immune to anything. It's like drinking airplane coffee. If you survive the Oakland public water system. All right, let me take a look at our scheduling. I really just want to see some green. Oh, no. Denied. 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 3 denials. That pisses me off. We have 2 left, chat. We're clinging to a San Jose and a Cancun. Oh, for jeez, this is not a good day in. This is not a good day on Schedule Mayhem Day, y'all. We are on the struggle bus. We have a lot of red. A lot of red. Maybe I should try to pick up that one trip on the 3rd. I think I will. Just to save some credit. Let's see, this one's better. To Miami, Houston, Vegas, Red Eye, Vegas, Dallas, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'm going to add it. Just to hold on to it. We'll see if I keep it or not. What really makes me sad is the guy that picked up the one I really wanted, the LA turn, because that's a good credit turn too. He's junior to me. Ugh. It's one thing losing out to someone that's senior to you, because it's like, okay, but when they're junior, it hits different, you know? All right. You need to get some red eyes. VNE is coming and you'll be on the graveyard shift. That is true. That is true. All right. Let's go ahead and do a little cabin tour because I want to see what this cabin tour is all about. What do we got here? AOC. No ADC required. Beautiful. It's a smooth ride. Seatbelt sign is off. All right, let's go ahead and see. Now I don't remember all my bindings because I've been in 2020. Mr. Saturday, excuse us here. All right. Ooh. First class. All right, here's our lovely little cabin. I didn't realize this was the 2-class config. I think I always just load up the regular 1-class. American 321. Beautiful, beautiful. First class seats here. These look good. Ew. It's kind of gross. There we go. We should just do our streams like this. Since everybody likes flying all the time, we should just do this because this is what everyone looks at when they go fly IRL, right? Give me that first class popcorn. Ooh, looks like some ATCs hopping online. Let's keep an eye on there. All right, let's go back to the last class. Ooh. Welcome to steerage. Got the nice blue seats. Little red accents. Now, technically the Comfort Plus, or whatever this is, should have the little blue around here. This is the seat they give all the non-res. I feel like I always get the emergency exit row when I'm jump seating or something. The peasant class, dude. What was that video? That movie with the guy from Iron Man and Galifianakis, and he's like, "Well, I'm going to last class." He's like, "It's coach." Cracked me up. Good movie. I'm in last class. Man, Fenix cabin is just as good as the airplane, man. It's so well optimized, looks amazing. Look at that. I mean, if someone joined the stream live right now and they were born prior to 1985, they would probably think they're looking at a live stream of a real airplane. Look at that. I mean, that is insane. Oh, bridesmaids, help me, I'm poor. Yeah. In the turn, going northbound. I chose this route. SimBrief wanted to send me north and go over Vegas and then straight in. I didn't want to do that. I want to come up through SoCal. There's Salton Sea, right? There's PSP, so we're going to be going around the MOAs out here, around Vegas, and come up through the south. Some of us were born in the 70s. Hey, I know it, E to the D. Listen, I'm all for it. I'm all for it, man. Just, I mean, how real does that look, though? Come on, E to the D. If you weren't so well versed in technology and flight sims, look at that. How you think of the early flight sims that we flew, that you flew especially, maybe if you flew early sims in, you know, the 90s, it is hard to imagine where we've come. I mean, you can even see the little rough, like, texturing on this thing, and this is what I mean about a good window. I mean, who doesn't want to rub their nails on that? That's exactly what it feels like. Just by looking at it, I can tell what it feels like. That's when you know you've got a really, really good texture and modeling going on. I am surprised you can't move the window shades, though. I am surprised you can't move the window shades. I wonder if that's a performance hit. Now, I could care less, honestly, about window shades, so I'm assuming it's a performance hit. Wait a second, what? Oh, I thought there was a seat in the lavatory. But, like, I'm perfectly fine with this level of detail in a cabin being this well optimized. Like, I don't need to open overhead bins. I don't need to move armrests, especially if it costs FPS or VRAM. It's not just about the FPS anymore. It's about the VRAM, too. I don't know if that would make a difference to VRAM or not, but gotta have the optimized cabins. Lavatory? I thought that was a smoking lounge. Let's go back, see. Man, I'm just sad, Chad. I'm sad. I'm sad we didn't get any of those trips. Oh man, that one 3-day that I'm put into request, it has that red eye at the end of it. The VFO that's on it is like one of my non-favorites. That's gonna make that red eye even worse. Hopefully that one doesn't get approved. We have 3 processing left. Milan, yeah. So today is what we call Schedule Mayhem Day. It's the a daily open time drop. So today everything is first come, first serve, and because everybody is doing it, that's not flying. At least they shouldn't be flying when they do it. That's illegal. The server is pretty slow, so normally it's pretty instantaneous, right? You see a trip up in open time, you put in for it, you pick it up, you'll know within seconds or minutes at the latest if you got it or not. But on today, on the open time drop day, which is the first day that you can modify your schedule for next month, the system is very slow because everybody's online doing it. And today is a first come, first serve basis. We had our seniority-based round first. That happens first a couple days ago, so you can drop, add whatever you can on a seniority basis. And then after that window is closed, everything becomes first come, first serve. So if you're not fast, if you're not Johnny on the spot with your internet, then you're not going to get the cush trips. So, and today, you win some and you lose some, chat. Last scheduling Mayhem Day, we had a wonderful day. We got pretty much everything we wanted. Today, it has been brutal. I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Out of 15 requests today, out of 15 requests, I've had 2 approved. 13 have been denied. The last 5 were my most excitable. They were all beautiful day trips. We are 0 for 3 so far on our last round of 5. We're 0 for 3. We have 2 more processing, and I have 1 3-day trip that's processing that I'm not sure if I even want it anymore because I realized who's on it, who's flying it and it has a red eye, so. But that's why I like to stream during these days, because I'm going to be the office. The V1HQ has the fiber internet. It's got the fastest internet. So if I'm going to be here anyway, it's nice to do a stream and have y'all take control every now and then. But beautiful little cabin here in this America West Heritage 321. Matty K with the $5 super chat, man. Appreciate you. I will have to watch on replay. Currently driving to Tampa from Norfolk, just dropping in to show my support. Thank you, Matty K. Very kind of you for the $5 super chat. Wish I could stay and watch live. Hey, man, drive safe. Tampa to Norfolk. That's a long drive, man. Be safe out there. Stay safe on those roads, man. Drivers be crazy out there. So, stay focused, stay alert. Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate the $5 super chat. Who's calling me? Nope, spam. All right. Man, I wish there was a San Jose. Who did the San Jose in 2020? I'm going to figure out if I get San Jose working. All right. Mr. Saturday's back on the jump. We're at the ETP. Let's go to Showcase Cam. I don't know where to put the camera. So many juice views here. That's pretty cool. What's wrong with the FO? Nothing. He's just not my first choice of people to fly with. That's all. Yeah. Just not my first choice. Just like I'm sure I'm not everybody's first choice to fly with either. Does Orbix have one? I think they did for 2020. I think that's where I bought mine for 2020, but I don't know if drag and drop works for this version or not. That's no way to talk about Phantom. How do I rotate the camera? Why are the controls so jacked up in 2024 about drone cam? You know every FO in your base by name? No. Definitely not. But the ones that I do remember, I probably remember for a reason, you know? Good and bad. Jonathan Palmer, thanks for the month of support, dude. I think I'll have to start getting into 2024 as a long-time X-Plane user. I primarily fly GA. Oh, dude, then you have to. Single engine, real world, and on X-Plane, where to start? Yeah. You need to get into 2024 if you like GA flying, man. If you like GA flying, 2024 is where it's at. You can use real landmarks. You can, and as long as you get a decently modeled airplane, like well, you said single engine. The Dukes are my favorite GA birds out there. But just flying in the sim, visually, low and slow, it's incredible, man. Just tell me the FO's name. I'll have a talk with him. Yeah. Yeah. Orbix has a native San Jose for 24? Wait a second. Fake news, Flight Sim guy. Really? Really? Man, I wish I would have known that. I would have picked it up before the stream. I think we're going to defaults here. I tell you this much, my PC runs way hotter when I'm flying Microsoft than it does Xbox. Yeah, the cow stuff, I've heard the cow stuff is pretty good. Yes, indeed. Fly Navy vouches for the cows aircraft. My goodness, Romeo Whiskey, this says your scenery is amazing. Dude, can I install it right now? The puddles cool the GPU. Alright, so our poll, we're going to end this poll here. Wow, everyone voted. That's awesome. It looks like 43% or 24%. See, that's kind of the stat line I was expecting from that Navigraph survey. Like, I would believe it if 2020 was ahead by a few points, but not by the margin that, if I remember correctly, it was a pretty large margin. But yeah, 2024, 43% on this channel is primary choice of sim. 2020 still heavy. I'm sure that's for most of the Boeing, and 14% still an X-Plane 12. Kevin74, what's up, man? For the 2020 users, is it still true that your marketplace purchases will carry forward to 24 for free? Repurchase not required. Kevin747, that I do not know, man. I feel like Microsoft shot themselves in the foot with that statement, because I know everybody keeps bringing that up. I don't know. I think, I mean, if anything, it should have been, I think they should have said, well, that's up to the dev. Who knows, man? Because I feel like some sceneries are compatible, some are not. Just like aircraft. The Duke is drag and drop and works just fine. Other aircraft, they blow up your sim as soon as you drag and drop them. So it just dependent on the dev and how the scenery's put together, how the sim, or how the airplane's put together. Yeah, Dreamerosity, I hear you, man. PMDG is the reason a lot of people have 2020 together, I'm sure. Are you on hold with career mode? Pretty much. Until the PC-12 can fly above 17.5. We're pretty much holding career mode. I should log into it. I haven't logged into career mode in a long time. I have 24, but spent a lot of time in X-Plane because I don't feel like spending 40 minutes trying to sort out my control mapping. That's the thing, Matthew F. If you're going to make the jump to 2020 or 2024, you're going to have to tell yourself you got to dedicate a day, at least, to control bindings. It is a headache to set up right. But once you set up your control bindings correctly, it's way easier and way more intuitive than 2020. Trust me, I was the first one to rant about 2024 control mapping and bindings. I was the first one to rant about it. I still rant about it. You heard me ranting about the drone cam bindings. However, when it comes to the aircraft, if you do it the way you were supposed to do it, it's very easy. You set up a profile. You can set up default profile, save it to all airplanes. Done. No matter what airplane you get, you don't have to, it'll all be the same bindings. Then you can set up aircraft-specific bindings. For instance, the Fenix. I have 320 profile set up for Throttletek, for my Moza stick, my Cat 3 design, my mini FCU, my rudder pedals. I have everything set up in profile. Now, anytime I fly a Fenix airplane, whether it's a 319, 320, or a 321, it doesn't matter what livery it is, it's going to pick that profile automatically. Then if I fly an F-28, it will automatically, it knows I'm in an F-28, automatically picks the F-28 profile. The more hardware you have, the easier it is because you don't have to go through and tap. Remember in 2020, if you want to switch airplanes, you have to, depending on how much hardware you have, you're going to be switching all those profiles over manually every single time. It can get a little bit frustrating, right? But 2024 is better. It's just a headache to figure out. And I still haven't figured it out completely. But it is better in the grand scheme of things. The Orbix San Jose for 24 is free upgrade for 2020 users. Gosh dang it, AJ. Why didn't I do that before? Enabling 2020 Hell's Trinity controls. Yeah, I did that initially, Siegel. I enabled 2020 controls, but here's the problem with that is as airplanes come out that are native for 2024, the bindings are different. And then you're going to get screwed. That's where there's a big difference between compatible for 2024 and native for 2024. And you know what plagues this is like airplanes like the DC-9. So when it first released, I know they designed it exactly for 2020 and then just try to make it compatible with 24 because in 2020 the bindings were different. You could just left click the APU switch off. In 2024, that left click command or left and right click bind command, whatever it was, or combo, didn't work the same, and you could not shut the APU off in 2024 unless you went back to 2020 bindings. So then the dev fixed it and made 2024 bindings for the DC-9 APU switch, and if you were on 2020 bindings, then it wouldn't work if you had to be on 2024 bindings. See where I'm going? So it's best to just get things bound in 2024, but flipping between the two to then like rebind over is good to help you rebind things. Mr. Saturday has a great point though too. Is when you start fresh, and this is what I try to do with want to have a new airplane to the sim. Default keybinds, and then just bind what you need from there, and then that becomes your new default profile, and you're good to go. There's a ton of bindings that you'll never use. Like for instance, ADF frequency 2 up. It's probably bound to like the C key. You don't need that, right? So you can delete that. Then if you need the C key for something, you can bind the C key. But you need to go into 2024 with the mindset of, okay, I'm going to spend a day binding this simulator, and it's going to suck, and I'm going to hate my life doing it, but it'll be worth it. And it will be. I still rage at the key bindings in 24, and I love this sim. Gosh, that looks beautiful. All right. It is 1:40 local time. That means if I wanted to fish tonight, I have to leave at like 4. We'd have enough time to do it if I wanted to. It's really windy though. Have I tried the Concorde? It's on sale right now. Is it worth it? The only Concorde I've flown was the Calmaletta Concorde in next plane 11. Calmaletta, whatever. And it's okay. You know, it's fun for that niche flight. We did a long haul in it, a quote unquote long haul. I enjoy it for the niche flights here and there, but other than that, it doesn't get me excited like the Felis. The Felis is on a whole nother level. Ms. Shai says, by the way, I don't know if this is in Sim Update 1, but in Sim Update 2, you can finally import your keybinds so you can share it with people and also make a backup local shareable savable binding file. That is fantastic to hear, Mr. Saturday. That is fantastic. Wow. Just to have, forget sharing with you folks. I want to have a backup. That would be great. But yeah, sharing, that's awesome. Excellent, man. A much needed improvement indeed. Does anyone have a guide to install the FT-Sim sound packs on an aircraft purchase in 2020? No. You might be in trouble. Why not? Because for 2020 aircraft, a lot of it is locked away. You can't get to the files you need. It's, what is it? It's, I can't think of the word. But it locked up. For those on Sim Update 2 Beta, has gotten a nice stable point and worth going to again? Oh, Russ is asking. I was happy with Sim Update 1 beta, but only joined towards the end of the beta. That's where I was at. That's where I'm at, Russ. And I'm thinking we're so close to it being stable. Right now, there's nothing in Sim Update 2 beta that I need that's like, that would make me want to make the jump, even if it is stable. Other than we get those stutters on the ground, and I'm pretty sure that's a Sim Update 1 thing. I don't know what it is. It seems to happen only on taxi out. Like, we haven't had a single stutter this whole flight. I mean, it's a little bit late now. Let's go to 36. Thrust climb, open climb. Let's just go to 360. Encrypted, thank you. But yeah, I'm kind of with you, Russ. I don't feel like I need to go to Sim Update 2 beta. If there was an airplane on Sim Update 2 beta that I really wanted to fly, then I would think about doing it. But I joined Sim Update 1 beta at the end of Sim Update 1 beta testing, and it was good because I could fly the 350. And there was massive improvements to the ortho. So I was happy with it, but it was also kind of sketchy getting out of the beta because I forgot, and then it wanted to wipe my sim and made me nervous. So my biggest issue is I keep getting the forever loading time from World Map. Yes, Rusty. What airplane are you trying to load out of curiosity? All of them? More often than not, Rusty, to me that's a livery issue. Like, some liveries just don't want to load right away. One thing that I have noticed, Russ, if you go to configure the airplane and the airplane doesn't pop up, like, you know how you go to configure on your configure airframe and livery, and then normally the airplane pops up right in the middle of your screen? If it doesn't pop up there, it's not going to pop up in the loading menu. So I always go to like configure airplane. I make sure it loads in that configuring screen first, and then I try to load in. But I know what you mean, man. I tried to load the AirTran DC-9, not even exaggerating, probably 7 or 8 times in a row. Could not get it to load. Tried a different livery, it worked. Went back to this AirTran DC-9 and it loaded in. So it's just weird. You've been getting it on the Grand Duke. Now that is one I've never had happen. Is it a special livery perhaps, Russ? That's a new one for me. I've never had it on the Duke or the Cessna 310. Stock livery. Yeah, that's frustrating then, man. Sorry. I've had it with the DC-9. I've actually had it with the Fenix. I've actually had it with this livery. Believe it or not. And then one or two other times, there's a couple other airplanes. Could try clearing caches, maybe. Could be low bandwidth. Are you giving it enough time? That's another thing, too. Are you giving it enough time to load in? What are my thoughts on the ATR? I haven't flown it in 2024 yet. I don't know. I have not. I don't know, man. Even in 2020, like, it was cool, but it's just reeks of mediocrity, you know? Or not mediocrity, like, it's got a default stank to it. I know it's a payware and there's some good things to it, and we had fun with it. I think if you get the FT-Sim sound pack and you get the like really high quality liveries that can change the panel and everything, then it's pretty good. And we had fun. I mean, how many times did we do ATR flights in 2020? We flew the ATR quite a bit. I did enjoy my time when I was into it heavily. But without the sound pack and without really good liveries, it's really kind of default stanky. So, but I haven't messed with it at all in 24. Be curious if you have. I had the fly-by-wire. Yes, I've had that too, Dreamer Rossi. The fly-by-wire, whether it be the 320 or 380, both. Yep, I've had that before. That's another one that's hung my sim a couple times. I've actually uninstalled all fly-by-wire. I've uninstalled the entire airplane, both of them. It was crashing my sim, so dead to me. All right, we're 36,000 feet. I'm gonna run to the lavatory for just a minute or two. Are we? Oh, San Jose Tower ground. Cool. SoCal approach. Ooh, are we gonna be touching the SoCal? I might have to step out now real quick before we get close. SoCal. Oh no, that's who's SCT? That is SoCal? SoCal? I thought that is SoCal. Alright. 2 minutes. Be right back. Mr. Saturday, you have control. Don't touch anything. Be right back. All right. Man, look at that view. Chat. For the non-window lovers. Oh, now there's some bug in the beta build. Of what? Of what, Vodka? Beta build of what? An FS General? I don't want. Ah, dang it! I like that song. I like that song. What would I do? I don't want to load up Discord. Dang it, what song was that? I don't know. Alright. That's a good one too. Rusty, you tried the LOD trick and it loaded right in? Nice. Good. Well, we got you in then. The deployment of the latest Sim Update 2 patch went wrong and reverted to Sim Update 1. Huh. We are currently experiencing issues with the publish of this beta build. If you're in the beta, we recommend you not launch an update to this build until we've resolved it. Alright. Well, see, I think I'm gonna sit this beta out, Chad. I think I'm gonna go straight up stable only. Look at the clouds down there. Look at the little puffies, some overcast, some puffies. Goodness. Yellow clouds in sight? No. Dude, I could just tell by looking at yesterday's streams. I played them back to see if I was crazy. I put them side by side. I put my 2020 stream up and a 2024 stream. We're in the Avro RJ85. Dead. There's no comparison. 2024 is got the life. It's got the vibrance. It's the juice. It is the juice. Blue Simulator. No, I don't think it's Blue Simulator, man. I think it's the perfect shade. You even get some yellows. You know, sunrise, we're getting some yellows. Let's do top down. So you can still see some grain in there. There's still room for improvement. There's some cloud grain on these super overcast conditions. But I tell you what, I'd rather take some grain. This is why my PC is cooking. I'd rather take the grain than the ash clouds. Remember the volcanic ash clouds we had? Uh-oh. Blackbird in the house. The Blackbird controls. Oh my goodness. $5 super chat and 10 gifted subs. What's up? Hate to barge in, but I just launched 20% off Easter weekend sale. Also, too many gray names in here. Blackbird Controls, thank you for the $10 super chat. Chat. If you haven't already, make sure you check out Blackbird Controls having a 20% off Easter sale. Leave the stream, go there right now, buy yourself some 727 levers, 737 levers, 777 levers. He's got a lot of them. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Blackbird Controls is the Duke of Honeycomb Bravo mods. Indeed. Thank you so much, man, for the support, dude. Digital Merc even says best Bravo add-ons, bar none. 10 out of 10. And they are built nice and sturdy too. We saw that yesterday in the 727 manual deployment of the spoiler lever, manhandling the reversers. Gotta love it. Your Bravo mount to the desk will probably be more unstable than the Bravo control levers. Would you actually tell your passengers the APU isn't working to explain why it's so hot in the cabin? Yes, I do all the time. Aren't you scared of scaring people? No. Who are afraid of flying even more? Not at all, Melvin. I feel like the best way, to an extent, is to just be straightforward and honest with the passengers. Now, if there's another problem that would require a lengthy explanation, then I'll just say there's a mechanical issue. But most of the time, I'm pretty straightforward and honest. I feel like the reason people get scared is because they don't know what's going on, and you don't give them enough information. It's like, ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck here, there's absolutely no reason to panic. Flight attendants, please take your seats. Thank you. Like, that's the worst thing you could do. So. Look up and at your 5 o'clock. Oh, look at that. Who's overtaking us? Is that a Challenger? That's pretty cool. Look at that. We're being overtaken by a Challenger, probably doing 8.3. Looks like they fixed the Sim Update 2 beta update. Sim seems to be updating now. 9.8 gig download. Nice. Is it going to overtake us? Is that you, Swarm? Juicy. No, the worst thing to do is curse as you cut the PA. Yeah, that wouldn't be optimal either. That would not be optimal. Blackbird controls are PC only. They are Honeycomb Bravo only. So I don't know if the Honeycomb Bravo is compatible with Xbox. I don't think it is it? I don't think the Honeycomb Bravo is. Sim Update 2 Beta. coming down the pipe, chat. There he is. Should we race him? I mean, it's a glorified CRJ. Maybe we should pull heading, select 8-1. Should we do it? Pull Mach. 8-0 Mach selected. 8-1 Mach selected. Roll call, baby. I'm at 360. I'm at 360. My next release will be a standalone peripheral, so losing the Honeycomb Bravo only title. Really? Well, Blackbird Controls, that is interesting. You had my curiosity. Now you have my attention. Let me know what it is. I don't want to be held in suspense. DM me. There is a hub thing that Xbox users can get. Oh, right on. Swarm's doing 8-4. Jeez. Okay, yeah, I won't be able to overtake you then. I'll just pull it back. I'll just come back to 7-9. I'm at 36. I got a 75 knot headwind here too. 8,000 on the fuel. Enter destination data. We should probably do that. Oh, good night. Yeah, let's go ahead and get some weather. I don't know, just vibing with the song. Maybe we should just wait till TOD and then we'll do it. It's not real life. Don't worry, it's coming soon. Okay, well, I don't want to wait. Maybe if you're in their Discord. Oh, I am in the Blackbird Control Discord. Had a captain on my red eye the other night come over the PA every hour or so and say flight attendants to your jump seats. It could be turbulence or a weather thing. So on super early morning flights or super late flights or red eyes, on my initial announcement when I'm welcoming people aboard, I'll say we're going to just keep our announcements to a minimum from up front. And that'll be it. I won't make any announcements for the seatbelt sign or anything like that. Settings are max 2K, Melvin. 2K Ultra. 2K Ultra. Have I tried the Innobuilds 330 recently? No. It's been a minute. The last time we tried the 330, it actually went pretty smooth. The stream was having issues, but the 330 was fine. All right. Let's get some weather here. Phoenix, flight, San Jose, METAR, arrival, refresh. We need to get Skypath on here. Let's see. Winds are calm, 10 miles broken, view ATIS. RNAV Yankee, Zulu, 30 rights, NOTAMs 30 left is closed. So we will expect the RNAV Yankee or Zulu for 30 right. So let's go back to San Jose Imaneta. RNAV a Yankee. Gross. RNAV Zulu. I guess it'll be RNAV Yankee. RNAV Yankee from Clyde. RNAV Yankee from Clydesdale. LNAV Min is going to be 541. And we'll fly this as a straight brick in the stick too. We're not going to do that FOS nonsense. Oh, I got to change it in the box. Arrival. RNAV Yankee. 30 right. Silicone 6 from the Trox. Approach via Clyde insert. Beautiful. Winds are calm. 040. Temperature and all that good stuff. What did we say? It was 541 and let's see, 15 and 3003. Man, why is the Bay Area like the best weather all the time, every time, huh? Kind of sad I dropped that San Jose turn tomorrow, Chad, to be honest with you. We're going to have to, I'm going to need everyone to show out tomorrow. If we do a KLM 747 long haul, we got to make it worth it. We got to show out in force. I want to load up St. Martin with some heavies. I'm going to shoot, I don't know when I will have it scheduled, but we're going to shoot for the standard stream time starting at about 11 a.m. Central time. So noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central is going to be the, as of right now, planned start time tomorrow. Long haul St. Martin to Tenerife North. X-Plane 12 beta update 2, 3, whatever we're on now. In the Felis 7.4. I would like to schedule that before I go home after the stream, but if I'm going to go fish tonight, I'm going to have to run home and hook up the boat, so I don't know if I have time to do it right at the conclusion of the stream, but that's what we're going to go for. Did we decide KLM or Pan Am again for tomorrow? Pan Am or KLM? Poll is up. Vote. 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 Saltwater or freshwater? Freshwater, man. God invented saltwater fishing for everybody to experience fishing and how to catch fish. And then he invented freshwater fishing to separate the men from the boys. K6, what's up, my man? Let me know if you need a ride from San Jose. I'll have to start that very way soon. Dude, I wish, man. Let's see, check the schedule, Mayhem chat. Let's see. Let's see where we at. Quest statuses up, refresh. They're still processing. So typically I feel like the longer the process is, maybe the better. I don't know. Keep our fingers crossed. We are processing for a Cancun turn and a San Jose turn on the 25th. 25th. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think it's a Sunday. That is such a cush turn, though. I mean, look at this. A 9:50 report time. Get back at 7 p.m. So I can have breakfast and coffee at home, and I'll be back for a late dinner. That, my friends, is why I love domestic flying. And you get 7.5 hours of pay. If we can get it, chat. Fingers crossed. If we can get it. Look at this frickin' Challenger blasting through here. Like he owns the sky. Unbelievable. What nerve Swarm has. Overtake us like that. Gotta turn your chemtrail switch off. Drew, what's up, man? Celebrating my birthday with a V1 stream? Well, happy birthday, Drew. Happy birthday, my man. Can't wait for the 7.4 tomorrow. Yeah, you and me both, dude. You and me both, Drew. Again, happy birthday, man. I still want to know what song was playing. I think it was this one. This is the one that I cut short. Let's listen to it again. I'll put it at the halfway point. There we go. This is the song that was playing and I accidentally cut it off. Tenerife is beautiful, at least on Microsoft 24. Is there a scenery for X-Plane 12? Copy that route for tomorrow. Let me see. I'm getting auto ATC. I'm trying to copy this without banning you from the chat, Vodka. Hold on. Let me throw that into SkyVector. Let me take a look at it. TNCM GCXO. Tenerife route pasted. Ooh, yeah, that looks good. That's a good route. Post that in the Discord or something so I can see it again. I'll take that. Pretty good route. We got some reported points. E-tops over the water. Ooh, buddy, that's going to be spicy. What's that, 2,600 miles straight line distance or so? Time for a green dot. I may chat tomorrow too because it's going to be a little bit longer. I'm going to see if the wife and I, maybe she'll come downtown and maybe we'll step out and grab a bite to eat or something just in the middle, take a small, 45-minute break or so in the middle of that. But that looks like a good route. I like it. Captain, are you still on Iveo? I can't track you on Iveo maps, but on VATSIM maps. Yes. It's in my DMs? Alright. I don't think the 727 has the range for that route. I don't think it does either. I don't think it does either. Alright, all 3 trips are processing still. Gosh dang. It'll be quick too. Jutstream helping. What's the vodka? Do you have a prelim en route time, and you throw that in SimBrief, what does it come up with airtime? Curious what the airtime is on that. Water, what is going on here? Water, you're not allowed to be on the interwebs. Report to battle stations. Good to see you, Water. Everyone say hi, Water. From aboard the U.S. Navy. Oh, we got to start down, I think. Yep. Manage descent. Here we go. Let's pull out our chart. Silicon 6. Descending via is going to be bottom altitude 4,000 for Clyde. 4,000 is set. More drag required. We'll be fine. We'll stay a little high on profile for now. We'll blast through this 280 restriction. It's time to fade out the music. Noise canceling's coming off. I like this song too. Alright, time to go to work. Ooh, he's got some good stuff, man. Time to go to work, chat. Crack the speed brakes a little bit. Wait, showing from Flightbox here. Just got an initial descent down to San Jose. We'll be on the ground here just about another 20-25 minutes. Weather in San Jose, it's a beautiful day right now. Temperature's 15 degrees Celsius, right about 75 degrees Fahrenheit. That's not correct. I don't know how to do math. It's probably about 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Clear skies, calm winds. Seatbelt sign will be coming on here pretty soon. Once it does, remain on for the duration of the flight. Do that remain seated for the until the aircraft drives safely out of the gate. Once again, thanks for flying American Airlines. Welcome to San Jose. Got a month left till I separate from the Air Force, counting the days down. Nice, Drew. All right, we're catching up to the profile. Dan Larson joining as a commercial pilot. Dan Larson, thank you so much, man, for joining the channel. Appreciate you. Exclamation point, welcome for your new perks here. Glad to have you on board, man. Crack that speed brake a little bit more. There are two kinds of people, those who voted for Pan Am and those who are wrong. Oh my gosh, Chad, it's tight. Only 146 votes. Come on, you need a vote. Pull out your chat box. Tomorrow's long haul. We doing Pan Am ops again, or we doing KLM? Going to Tenerife. It's close. It's a close poll. KLM looks better, you think, Brian? I downloaded a Delta Who livery. I downloaded a couple KLM liveries to see. Gotta have a good livery. KLM, so the Dutch can wreak havoc. I was kind of thinking of doing a... wow, vodka says 526 airtime. Whew. Man. 526 airtime. Yeah, we're going to take a break in the middle of that one. I was thinking of maybe doing a... just demonetizing the stream from the get-go and doing the air crash investigation watch-along. So not necessarily a green dot, but do the Tenerife air crash investigation watch-along. So we can actually see what happened that day, you know. I don't know. Because that's be interesting. Dreamerosity, take it easy, my man. We'll see you, bud. E1, there is no green dot about the Tenerife disaster, or else we would. But that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, what if we just watch an air crash investigation from the Tenerife disaster? Mentor's Tenerife is very good. Yeah, I have a feeling Mentor would have a problem with that, though, so I don't want to watch Mentors. It'd be cool if you could get approval to watch Mentor Pilot 1. It's really good. Yeah, I've actually seen the Mentor Pilot 1. I feel like I sent him a message a while ago for something similar, like what I did with Green Dot. I just never heard anything back, so I feel like he'd come at me with full force. Can the channel from YouTube. United 2 from 7.5, JFK to Tenerife. That's juice. Oh yeah, that would be juice. What does that mean, demonetize your stream? So like, because the original air crash investigation videos are, I can't remember who was the original broadcaster of that, who owns the rights to them. I'm sure it says on the YouTube video. Because they have like AI algorithms that scan all content for other content, and if it picks up that I have another piece of content in my content that I'm claiming to be my own content, which would be copyright, if I'm trying to monetize that stream, then it will do one of two things. It can either give you a copyright strike, or it will demonetize your stream, which means you can't make money off of your content even if you're reviewing someone else's content. So that's what I don't understand about how these watch-along videos go for, like, when people do movie watch-alongs. For instance, like Hollywood, they come guns blazing. You do a watch-along video. How do you do a watch-along video and not get absolutely blasted? I would imagine you have to have, like, your whole video non-monetized or not suitable for monetization or something. I'm not sure how that would work. But if you demonetize it from the get-go, then it just says, okay, it's not eligible and you won't get a copyright strike. LW, what's up, man? Thank you for the $5 super chat, man. Sitting here celebrating my newly acquired 2020 vision. Wow. Well, don't stare at the screen, Al. This is not good for you. Don't be staring here. We can't look at the sun. Look at this side. You can't be looking at computer screens with new vision, man. That's awesome. Congrats, dude. Thank you for the $5 super chat, man. What sim is Green Dot using? He uses a mix of X-Plane and Microsoft. But yeah, his like post-processing is amazing. Nabil Airframe Films has been doing his media for the last couple of videos. It's great. San Jose Tower's on 24-0. We'll be talking to them later. No, not necessarily. I guess I said that wrong. Not watch along. Like the reacts videos. Like real Army soldier reacts to Black Hawk Down, and then they play Black Hawk Down video, or stuff like that. Or like Mover from DCS. Mondays with Mover mailbag. And he'll watch like combat scenes. I'm like, okay, well, this video can't be monetized then. Ain't no way that pole is 50-50 Pan Am. It's just a white plane with a billboard, boring as they come. Brian Valdez, you're on thin ice, my man. On thin ice, my man. It's 51 to 49. I can't believe it's that close. Is it too late for beverage service in the back of the plane? It is. Unfortunately, no more beverage service allowed. I hate reaction videos. Yeah, I never watch them either. I'm just saying I've seen them out there. All right, we're through 18. Magic Barrel refs are set. 30:03 is set. 30:03 is set once, twice, and thrice. Seatbelt sign is on. All right, everyone's strapped in. It's Mr. Sat strapped in the jump. Down to 4th thou, looking good. Now we have to make sure we don't have FLS enabled. I don't think we do. Yeah, it's not enabled there on the RadNav page. Is it going to be an X-plane? Josh, yeah, that's where the Felis is. Stop the count. KLM for the win. Engines are running. Engines are running. chat. Ladies and gentlemen, I have some of the exciting news. We've got 2 approvals. We've got a San Jose approval day trip. Wonderful. We've got a Cancun approval. Wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now free to move about the cabin. Drinks for everybody. Hold on, let's turn that seatbelt sign back off so we can celebrate getting those 2 turns for next month. Seatbelt sign is off. You got another 3,000 feet here. Excellent. We're serving drinks to the back of the cabin now. One more round of beverages. So we went 2 for 5 on that last group of 5. We went 2 for 5. So just under 50%. That's all right. It's better than 0 for 5. I was really nervous we were going to go 0 for 5, and I was going to be real sad. I'd be like, really? Would have been a rough day for Schedule Mayhem Day. But getting those 2 turns helps, and I'm glad that they're turns because the baby's coming next month. We get baby number 4 next month. Actually, shoot, like 3 weeks. Yeah. So, turns make it easier. Don't have to be gone for multiple days. Which do I prefer, 7.5, 7.4? 7.4, man. 7.4. All day, every single day, all the time. Followed closely by the 3-holers, and then the 7.2, or then the 7.5 still. Only the Jets go 0-5. Dude, did you see how bad they were to Aaron Rodgers when they released them? It pisses me off, man. It's harder and harder to root for this organization. All right, we're going through 10,000 feet. Seatbelt sign is on now. Let's go ahead and select SPED. We'll scroll in 250 knots. 250 knots selected. Activate, confirm the approach phase. That is done. Looking for the brick and the stick. There's the brick. The stick is up there by Zulip. Fuel below 6,600 pounds. Check. Got a little speed brake in there, helps get us back on profile. We'll also get the Chinese speed brakes out, that'll help us. Is it easier to drop turn than pick than a trip should the baby come on a work day? Is it easier to drop and turn? Oh yeah, there's no problem dropping, dude. I can drop any trip I want to in my base. Some bases it's not as good, but like the Dallas base, man, is like it's always green. The grids are always green, so yeah, no problem dropping. I still have that other approval for that one, that red eye-ish turn. I'm gonna let it. I'm gonna see if we get it. If we get it, I'll think about dropping it when it gets closer. But just depends on how motivated I'll be to do that red eye. Remember how stoked V1 was when Aaron was announced? Dude, I was hoping... I can't believe the Jets are so stupid to let Aaron go. Like, it's going to be a rebuild year again. You could have at least won some games with him. He's better than any... Who we got now? Fields? Give me a break, dude. You tell me Justin Fields is better than Aaron Rodgers? No, dude. A-Rod needs to retire. Dude, I hope he goes to Minnesota. I don't know. I hope he goes I hope he goes somewhere and just whoops up on Aaron Glenn and the Jets. The way they... I mean, he flew all the way across the country. You couldn't have just told him. You couldn't have just told him that you're off the team. Like, he flies all the way out across the country on his own dime, and then 20 seconds in, you tell him he's not playing for you. Couldn't that just been a phone call? I don't know if that's to prove a point or what, but that's just... I don't like that. I'm not a Jets fan anymore. I'll be a Bills fan. Oh, gosh. Don't want to do that. Never. Fearless Leopard in the house. Fearless Leopard, what's going on? Hey, we were actually voting for the 747 flight tomorrow. Good evening, sir. I'm juiced. We're doing another long haul tomorrow. We're going St. Martin to Tenerife. Looks like the polls are leaning towards the KLM livery. So we heard there was a little update too, so excited. Cannot wait to get back in that 747. Cannot wait. Jets seem to have a toxic culture. They sure do, Tyson. They sure do. Welcome to Bill's Mafia Video. No, I can't do it. Can't do it. Oh, look at this, y'all. We are cloud surfing into the overcast. Here we go. Watch this. This is sweet. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, look at this. Screenshot. No worry, Felis. No worries. The profile that I have now on my Brunner software seems to be doing the trick anyway, so I look forward to see what you come up with, though, if you do get that implemented, because then I might be able to change a couple other things, but not to worry at all, man. I am very excited. Started out of open. 20% N2. Engine stabilized. Love it. Are we them boys for 2025? Gus. No, I can't either, man. The Cowboys, until Dak is gone, dude, I can't do it, man. I can't get hyped up. I try to get excited for the Cowboys. I try to. I can't, man. Not with Dak at the helm. Oh, this is cloud surfing at its finest here. Have we actually properly checked the Felis cabin? What do you mean? Done a cabin tour? We haven't really done a full-blown cabin tour in the Felis, have we? I don't know. I don't remember. I think we have. Oh, this is great, though. Look at that. Descending through in Silicon Valley. Let's go ahead and start dialing the speed back. I feel like we're fast. Yeah, we're eating that guy up. Let's go ahead and let's go back to 210 here, just because we're eating up that Challenger. Wanted to blast past us there. All right, how many votes? 229. Oh, it could still swing. It could still swing. I'll leave the poll up. Let's get flight recorder ready. Okay, so what I'm gonna do flight recorder on this one, and let's go ahead and check flaps 1 out. Speed checks flaps 1. Please don't. It's embarrassing. What's embarrassing? What are your thoughts about the FSS 7.2? Gotham, I enjoyed flying it the last 2 days. I want to fly it in 24. It's kind of what I'm at. Oh, geez, we're getting high and fast. The Fenix minus 10, 2000. We got to call Tower K. I can't pay attention. Here we go. 24 nothing. San Jose Tower, good afternoon. American 357 out of 3.9 for 4 for the RNAV Yankee 30 right. Transmit button is not working. Are you serious? Why does this happen? Oh my gosh. I gotta do it different. I don't know what to use, man. You gotta be freaking kidding me. Why does this V-Pilot do this all the time? I have to disconnect and reconnect it, man. Yeah, we just blasted through this here too. Son of a gun. We'll just land offline. We're gonna blast through the whole thing. Manage speed, gear down. I don't want to ruin the whole approach. Stupid V-Pilot. San Jose Tower, good afternoon, American 357, RNAV Yankee 30 right.
American 357 San Jose Tower, over 30 right, clear land, reduce the final flight speed.
2,500.
Slow in the final, reduce, slow, 30 right, clear land, slow in the final for American 357. Yeah, this ain't gonna work, Chad. We gotta go around. There's no way, dude. We're friggin' 2,000 feet. No. Let's go around. All pilots off, flight director's coming off. Give me the bird. I don't know if we can catch up to it. Let's see.
American 357, continue to descent for now. Expect a possible go around.
Roger, we'll expect that, American 357. Recording's on. Ah, look, I start the recording. If we start stuttering, then we know it's for sure this recording. Alright, spoilers on. Landing checklist, cabin crew advise, auto thrust speed, auto brakes are off. ECAM memo landing on green. Wow, we actually made it here. Stabilized by 500. Alright. We're on path, but we still may have to go around, so hang tight.
November 8, Zero Golf, turn right when able, taxi Zulu.
Swarm, if you make me go around.
Correction, November 3, Zero Golf, turn right when able, traffic short final.
Turn right when able. It's 3 0 go.
Look at this displaced threshold, goodness. Oh my gosh, this is so close.
November 3, Zero Golf, thank you for cooperation. Turn right on Yankee, taxi Yankee,
It's
Charlie,
clear, chat.
hold short 308.
It's clear.
100.
Turn right,
40,
Yankee.
30,
Sorry, same way.
20, retard.
Hit.
10, 5.
Ooh, that was close to being legal. Illegal. We floated that. We were high over the numbers. We'll be alright.
November 3, Zero Golf, taxi Yankee up to and hold short Charlie, 30 left is close, I have to send you around a different way.
70 knots. Had to get on those brakes a little bit more aggressively. Oh, jeez. Illegal? No way.
American 357, right turn Lima, taxi Lima, Zulu to the ramp.
Right turn Lima, Lima Zulu ramp, American 357. Man, I wish we had the scenery. I wish we had the scenery. So he said...
Attention all cross down Zeta, information kilo.
Lima Zulu, that's the inboard.
Altimeter 3002.
Clean it up. The rule on the field was illegal? No way. No way, chat. It's close. It was close. I was watching it. It was close to being illegal. We were way high over the numbers. You notice that we had a 50-foot call at shoot the 1,000-footers almost. So we were high.
November 380 call.
We were high on that whole approach.
Make a left turn on the Yankee, continue down on the Yankee all the way to Charlie 30.
We were down before the last one. We were down before the last one.
Yeah, sorry about that. We're having no issues. I'll just disconnect here.
Alright, we'll go ahead and turn it off.
Roger, have a good day.
Boom. We'll start. We're not going to shut down, right? We're going to go into replay mode, so we'll just keep it running. We don't even have an APU. Yeah, BKG Blueface, I realized it was compatible after we already landed, so, or after we were already en route to San Jose. We'll have to do our next stream. We'll do San Jose somewhere. We'll leave with a, maybe we'll do San Jose to LA. Coach's challenge? Alright. If I'm legal, Gustavo has to change his Discord name to Aaron Fanboy for the next week. Butter enough to make up for the case of the floaties. At least he didn't compress Granny's spine. Yeah, we rolled it on, but it was getting tight to legalities there. It was getting close. It was close. Hey, there's that 146. I was half hoping he was going to send us around so we could just do that again, you know. Unstable approach tends to lead to an unstable landing. I'm not a degenerate that makes bets. Alright, Gus. Typical. Full of hot air and maple syrup as a Canadian. I'm just announcing what the chat has ruled. Nah, we're illegal. You guys should know by now. You guys should know by now. Alright, we'll park next to the 146. Why were we left? We'll park right next to him. Waiting for the legal measurement app. That would be cool. Have a little app to measure. So I was watching one guy's stream and he like pulled out these binoculars Is that, do you guys know of like a binocular plug-in? Like he was looking out the window and then he just zoomed in. I think it was Mustafa on the 727 flight. I was like, what? Where did he get, how did he do that? 3 Romeo Whiskey. I don't know the full story on that Frontier flight, but yeah, I know they landed hard enough to rip the wheel off the nose gear. But I don't know what other factors were at play, so it's all speculation until we get a report. We're going to straighten out our own line here as we park at a default airport. We're going to come up here where we should be. Erp. Brakes are set. Boom. All right. Fantastic. That was a fantastic little flight. We're not going to shut it down. Brake temps 170, 165, and climbing. Good deal. Let's go ahead and throw the replay cam up. We'll disconnect from San Jose Tower. We'll throw our lights back on. I left those lights off on accident, so we'll leave those off as is. Let's go ahead and throw the replay up. Let's turn the park brake off. Let's get the flaps out. Rearm the speed brakes. Auto thrust come back on. Rearm U. Oh man, this is going to be a sweet view over the city there, that wing view. Oh, what do we got off the left-hand side? Little stadium down there. All right. Here we go. Moment of truth. We're going to watch it, and we're going to watch and listen from the cockpit view. Let's see if it changes your mind. From pilot view. There you go. I can tell you right here if it's going to be...
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard. 10, 5.
Oh, so legal. So legal. All right. Let's do one from the wing view. It's closer than I thought, but it's legal. Oh, we got that weird wing flex bug. Closer than I thought, but guaranteed. Guaranteed legalese. You ready? We got 2 stripes left. Not a whole lot of time. I will say, we did float. We were high. Slow-mo replay. Roll it on. Boom. Wheels are down. 110% legal. Gus, you owe me a Coke. Ooh, let's take a screenshot. Are you kidding me? That is an awesome shot right there. Screenshot. Why is there a touchdown noise at 100 feet? Bill's Mafia, I don't know. That's been going on for a while in the Fenix. And I don't know why. A little off center line there. How was our touchdown? Ooh, let me launch G's for that. Let me launch the old G's. Wind it back. Real time. Resume. 155. 155. What? It says 1G? It says 1G. This is, says it again. 0.9G. Oh, that makes no sense. Now it says 0.9G at 195. I kid you not. The first one said 1G. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it to say 1G again. I've never seen it just say 1G. That said 0.97G. Now it's going up with every landing I do. That said it's a 200. I call fake news. All right, I'm done with G's. G's is dead to me. All right. Replay's on. My coffee almost spilled. Yeah.
Too low.
But
Terrain.
it didn't. All right, we're going to let Fenix load back in. We're going to get this off. Flaps are full. Well, auto thrust is back on. Spoid brakes are coming down. Chat, thank you all for hanging out with me here on Schedule Mayhem Day for this stream. Let's go ahead and take one last look at my request. Hey, chat, approved, approved, approved. The last 3 were approved, so I got that little pseudo 3-day trip with the red eye that I'm unsure about. So hey, we'll end on a positive note though. Fantastic. I will maybe drop that trip anyway. Who knows? That's it. That's going to wrap us up here. I'm going to go home. I got to hook up the boat. I might go fishing tonight. Tomorrow, long haul. What did we decide on? Of course, 50-50 split. Are you freaking kidding me? 50-50 split? Are you serious? Somebody vote. Somebody vote. Change the 50-50 split. Oh, my word. 747 tomorrow, long haul, green dot in cruise. Might take a little bit of break in cruise as well. Go get some lunch. But it should be a fun one. Back in the Fila 7-4. As for today's flight, that's all she wrote. Thank you, Key 6, for representing NorCal. And Mr. Saturday for riding along on the jump seat. Thank you all for the support. Blackbird Controls. Remember, Blackbird Controls sale just launched, 20% off. Go check them out. This weekend only. You heard it here first. All right, y'all. Stay safe. Stay healthy. I'm D1. See
Don't sink.